Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to Pop Culture Podcast, episode 231. I'm Adrian.
I'm Jay.
And we're back for another week of comic book TV, rants, discussions. I gotta be honest, like starting out, I'm just already verklempt.
Okay. Talks amongst yourselves.
Try the coffee cake. So I wanted to say our usual thing. I wanted to.
Uh-huh.
And I have my phone out.
Okay.
What does this sound like to you? A lively chat about books, movies, music, television, comics, and pretty much anything else that strikes a nerve, all in a weekly roundtable discussion.
It's like what we say every week.
It is like what we say every week. So I was on Stitcher
Okay.
looking for a new podcast, and it said, we recommend, ready for the name of this podcast?
Yeah.
Pop Culture Happy Hour.
Wow. Should we just throw in the towel now?
Do you know who makes this podcast?
No, I don't.
NPR.
Oh.
Those boring, basic ass bitches are remaking our podcast.
Wow, this is terrible.
Right? Do we get royalty?
We should.
Oh.
I mean, how about we license the idea to them?
Okay, smart.
Yeah. And to anybody else. I mean, I'll just give out licenses. Like, I'll be like Microsoft. Everybody can license my shit. And then in 2 years, I'll put out a new one, and you'll have to license that one.
I actually have a Microsoft discussion I want to have with you a little bit later on today.
Yes. All right. First, the important things.
Something to drink.
Yeah.
I still can't believe NPR stole our idea. You sons of bitches. I bet you they don't have explicit either.
They probably But to be fair, they probably aren't explicit.
Yeah, it's NPR. I can imagine.
This week I watched a great documentary on how yarn was discovered.
Oh, now Jade, that's exciting. I read a comic book page.
Oh.
It was all about the female right empowerment movement in Africa in 1947.
Okay, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
If you want, I can give you a great wine recommendation to pair that with.
Oh, we did that last week. Remember? We decided we're going back to bourbon and whiskey.
We did. Yes. Okay.
All right. So this week we are drinking the Nut Crusher. It's a peanut butter porter.
Oh. Okay.
From the Wild Ride Brew in Redmond, Oregon.
Not where I thought that was going to end up.
Right. This is a sponsored drink from the Castle Lion.
There it is.
He got it while he was over in Oregon. Wanted us to try it, so
Okay.
let's give this a shot.
Fantastic.
You love porter. I love
do.
peanut butter.
Yeah, I'm down on both of those.
Right.
Also, this reminds me.
Yeah.
We're still, for those of you that listen, we're still trying to find a good beer from Idaho. Not actively, maybe passively looking for one. But,
Oh, yeah,
But this reminds me that we still have not had a good Idaho beer.
Any Idaho recommendations would be nice.
Because the ones that we got while we were in Idaho
Oh, no.
a couple years ago, they were terrible.
Way to disappoint us, Mel.
Yeah. So we've had quite a few Washington beers, California beers, Oregon beers. You got your Goose Island out of Illinois that you enjoy so much.
Oh, so good.
Still yet to have a good Idaho beer.
All right. Well.
Okay. But for now,
we're having Nut Crusher
with no head, which is odd on a porter.
Very little on mine. Smells like if you mix a porter and a Coca-Cola.
Yeah, a little bit. But it tastes delicious. I enjoyed this beer. You apparently not so much.
I don't dislike this beer.
Okay.
I'm thrown by this beer.
Okay.
It's much lighter. It drinks more like a soda.
No,
it's
absolutely.
not as heavy.
Yeah.
The bubbles and carbonation are different in this than they are in traditional beers. This reminds me more like a cola as it does a beer.
Okay.
So it's not that I dislike it.
It's thrown you for a loop a bit.
I was just thrown for a total loop.
Okay, fair enough. May I see the bottle? Mm-hmm. I'm just curious. Government warning. That's not going to tell me anything. We love beer and we love peanut butter, and Nut Crusher Peanut Butter Porter is here to bring the best of these two worlds together. With notes of chocolate and caramel, this porter is complemented by the addition of creamy peanut butter flavor. It's a true liquid peanut butter cup here for you to enjoy. I was wondering if maybe they said something about their brewing process and how it might be different than normal. But no. Okay.
Like you said, it's not bad. I like it. I'm happy to drink it. I was just thrown for a little bit of a loop initially.
Yeah. But the nice thing is, because it's soda-like, it goes down even quicker.
Should have got 2 of these. All right.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
what's on your viewing list there, brother?
So here's what I watched TV-wise. The Voice, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, Supergirl, Big Bang Theory, Riverdale, and Flash.
Okay. Did you watch the big epic crossover
I
event?
have not yet.
Okay.
And here's why. It's the crossover between the 4 shows.
Yes.
The only one of the shows that I am caught up to the point of the crossover is Supergirl.
Oh, I see.
I haven't even started this season of Arrow. I'm only 3 episodes into The Flash and 1 episode into Legends tomorrow.
I thought you gave up on Arrow completely.
I pretty much had. My wife, not so much. Yeah, but because it is all 4 of them and I'm close enough, I am going to wait till I'm caught up on all 4, which will probably be in like 2 weeks.
I'm going to be very curious what you have to say. I didn't read an article. I saw a headline that said this was the Justice League movie that should have been.
That's what I saw also.
But I also remember them saying that about the last crossovers and me just saying,
Right. Yeah.
So I will probably watch it. It's all available on Hulu, all 4 parts of the crossover.
Really? Because it's CW. CW shows don't go on to Hulu.
Oh, sorry, not Hulu. Plex. It's all available on Plex.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong streaming service.
There you go.
So, like, I might watch it.
Yeah.
Eh.
You know what you should be watching?
What?
Is Riverdale.
Oh.
Fucking show is amazing.
Like, season 1, I only got through the first 3 episodes.
I know. It's one of my favorite shows that I'm watching right now.
But I love the Archie books so much.
Even my wife, I was watching an episode the other day, and she came home from work, and she's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "It's a show based on Archie." She's like, "Why is it so dramatic?" I'm like, "Because it's a CW show based on Archie.
Yeah.
It's no different than Arrow or Flash or any of those other ones." So,
Now we're just waiting for Morning Glories, brought to you by the CW.
I mean, there's not really a better channel for it, though.
No, there's not.
I mean, what are they going to put it on Freeform? That other Marvel show that was going to be on Freeform's not even going to be on there anymore.
What was that?
I don't remember.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I watched.
So I watched the usuals: Brooklyn Nine-Nine, American Housewife, Superstore's on hiatus, a couple other ones. The new ones I want to talk to you about really fast. I've watched Gifted.
Okay.
All but the newest episode, I believe.
Okay.
And I want to talk to you about Hot Ones Wale.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So this is 3 episodes behind Wale.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
at the live Complex
This
Con,
was at
which was the
Complex Con.
first weekend of November.
Which I did not realize that some of our mutual friends were going to be at.
Oh, did you not know that there was a ticket and hotel room with my name on it?
I did not know that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And yet you didn't go?
So there was that. Hey, thanks for getting married around that time, so I couldn't go to Complex, Lauren.
Oh, you went to... Okay, never mind.
I went to my cousin's wedding in Phoenix instead.
Sorry, I'm thinking a different Lauren. Never mind. Okay. No, don't. I'm thinking Lauren, not Lauren.
Oh
And I'm like, wow.
no,
How
I would have
did
gone.
you- okay.
I would have gone to Complex
All right, yeah,
instead. Yeah. So little. Whatever. You guys can talk amongst yourselves for the next 30 seconds. So went last year. Cause you know we have connections there.
Right.
So this year I got a text message like a week before. They're like, okay, so hotel's all set. We have 2 badges for you. One as an exhibitor and then one as an attendee. So you can get exclusives but also come in early.
Okay.
And I'm all like, I can't go.
You know who would have gone, though? This guy.
You?
They could have changed that name.
I know, man.
Thanks for looking out.
I'm sorry.
I could have seen Wale live.
Could have seen Wale live. Could have eaten one of the last dab wings.
Yeah, except we've had the last dab, so that wasn't actually that big of a...
No. So I will.
Anyways, so
I will-
Wale. Okay.
Actually, I'll talk about Complex really fast.
Okay, cool.
Because gone a couple of years. This year was reported back. It was a disappointment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gotten to the point where, like, some of the shoes, some of the pins, some of the stuff is so exclusive that they only brought like 5 or 10 of them.
Oh, that's
so
bad
now
noise.
you're standing in. It's become Hall H at San Diego.
Oh,
you're
no.
standing in line for 2 hours for a chance to hopefully get this one shoe.
Yeah.
And then I'm a big Jordan fan and Air Force Ones. Those are my two big
Okay.
kicks. I don't know if you noticed those huge ass Air Force
Oh,
Ones
I
when
noticed
you walked
those.
in.
Yeah.
And they don't do Jordan exclusives at Complex.
Okay.
The 3 Air Force One exclusives will be available starting December 1st through my Nike
Oh, okay.
exclusive memberships.
Yeah.
So all the other stuff, like Pharrell had a pair of Nerd, which is his
Yeah.
band.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
his Adidas were out last year. They did some jackets and everything else. They're all limited to under 25. So like
Yeah.
it's stuff like that where you're just like, well, this kind of sucked.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then-
Back to Wale though. So not only did he clear the board, did you see what he did with the last dab?
Yeah, he took the fucking bone and twice dunked it straight into the bottle and licked it straight off the bone.
What the fuck kind of animal is
That
he?
is sadistic. That's ridiculous, but a great show. I mean, like, he knows how to play the crowd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. The reason I'm asking is, did you see his interview afterwards?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Because I haven't either, but he said that he was doing Hot Ones, then going to do an interview with someone else.
Right. I remember that. Yeah.
And I'm curious about how that turned out for
yeah,
him.
I'll have to look that up. I didn't
Okay.
think about that. Yeah.
So because of that, I listened to a Wale album, his new, second to newest one,
Okay.
Something Something Nothing, where there's a bunch of samples of Jerry Seinfeld on it.
Really?
'Cause they're
'cause
buddies.
that's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
So like one of the songs is all about white shoes, and it was Seinfeld told a story about white shoes, and then they sampled that throughout the song. I'm just like, this is really tripping me out.
Okay.
So it's like synthesized Seinfeld around Wale's. It's really weird, but it's good.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever listened to an entire Wale disc. Like songs come up here and there on Spotify, but I don't know if I've gone start to finish on one of his albums.
When you have somebody who can not only clear the board but double dip the last dab,
Jeez.
sing about Hornswoggle and Sheamus wrestlers, because he's huge in WWE,
Yeah.
and samples Seinfeld on his album, I'm in.
All right.
I'm in.
All right, I think I need to listen to a little Wale on the way home tonight.
Yeah, I'm sold, man.
Okay, fair enough. Cool.
So Gifted.
Yeah.
Watched the first 3 or 4. I can't remember how many are out right now.
8.
Oh wow, I have not watched them all. Then
No.
wow, I'm a fucking liar.
Yeah. 8 just came out like X is for Extinction or I don't know, whatever it was. Yeah. Because it premiered first week of October and it hasn't taken maybe 1 week off.
I thought Hulu said new episode 4. Okay. Anyway, so we've watched the first 3 then.
Okay.
It's fine. Like I don't think it's great,
Okay.
but I can see where it's starting to build. It is getting a little bit better with each episode as they develop things along.
I will agree that it's getting better.
Yeah.
I think the first episode was, in my opinion, pretty strong.
Yes,
The
agreed.
second one took a huge dip, and then I think it's been building back up since then. I think for me, one of the things I enjoy most about the show, though, is that you are seeing all of these like L-list X-Men universe characters. You've got John Proudstar. You've got Blink. You've got Sage from Excalibur
Yeah.
or New Excalibur or whatever. So yeah, you're seeing all these characters that you're never gonna see in an X-Men movie, but they're on the screen now. So
Now, that reminds me of something else we'll talk about really fast, but how do you feel about where it is in the X-Men mythos? Because they're making a point that this all takes place in the future.
right, yeah. So the whole premise of the show, well, not the whole premise, kind of the background of the show, I guess, is that there was an event that happened where there was confrontation between humans and mutants, and a bunch of people died, and now the mutants are all hunted and they're like underground.
Right.
The X-Men were involved in this confrontation somehow. Hasn't really been revealed.
As
how
were the
yet.
Brotherhood.
Right. And now you just have kind of these pocket cells of mutants in the mutant underground in these safe houses.
Right.
I'm assuming that they're obviously going to go back at some point and reveal more and more and more about what happened. We learn how some of the characters were affected by that day, which I don't think you've gotten to yet.
I have not.
So to me, it's I like the way they're doing it. I like something happened. We'll get to it eventually, but right now this is the struggle they're in.
Do you think it's going to tie back to the movies at all?
No. I hope not.
Okay.
Because what movie are they going to tie back to?
They can at least reference something, right? Like they can reference First Class when Magneto brought all the Sentinels to the, in front of the live news reporters, because that was Fox and that's canon.
Yeah. But I mean, to me, it's you kind of have, and I know all of the Fox Marvel or Fox X-Men movies are connected supposedly,
Sure.
but they're really not. There's this very loose continuity between the first 3 and the second 3.
Well, the first 3 are now no longer connected. Days of Future Past changed all that history. Those
Okay.
are no longer continuity. Those are outside now.
I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess that narrows down a little bit, but still, I really don't want these to tie to those movies at all.
Okay.
I think that would kind of ruin the world they're building for me.
The other thing I watch is Runaways.
Okay. And I've still only watched the 1 episode. so-
Okay. Okay. Well, then we'll talk more about Runaways when you watch more of Runaways.
Okay.
I mean,
Why are you? They're not going to tie together, right?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I mean, one's Fox, one's Hulu. I can't see that connection
Yeah.
going forward.
Yeah, because I guess the Runaways isn't mutants technically.
No, they're
It's-
not.
Yeah. But I mean, you've got Legion over on FX,
Which is a Fox syndicate.
right? I hope those don't connect because that shows something
Right.
totally different. You've got the New Mutants, right? It's the New Mutants. Yeah, the made-for-TV movie or whatever that's coming out. That's all dark. Yeah.
When's that gonna see the light of day, though?
I think it's like next month or the month after.
Is it really?
I think it has a premiere date
Oh, interesting. I
because
didn't know.
they've been airing trailers for it now.
Really?
Yeah, at least one trailer, and it's like kind of dark or almost like a horror movie, and people are like, "What the hell is this?" So yeah, I'm fine with The Gifted being its own standalone continuity, at least for the time being. I don't think there's anything that exists right now that I would want it to tie into.
I would just like just a small callback, like that being a newspaper article on the ground, or just something enough to say this is that same universe. We're not going to tie it together. You're not going to have to understand. Just yeah, that does take place in the same continuity.
Okay.
Done. That's all I just think it'd be fun.
Have you? I'm trying to figure out. Have you seen the episode with the guy that can nullify powers yet?
No.
Okay. We'll talk after you get to that one.
Okay.
Because I have a problem with that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Besides that, like I have not done a lot more watching.
Okay.
I've put in another 40 hours in Assassin's Creed.
I laugh, but my time's coming up because I have the last 10 days of the year off, and that's going to be like nothing but TV and video games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bosses are coming into town, so I've been preparing for that.
By playing Assassin's Creed.
Well, no.
Okay.
I slack off like no, I'm joking. No, there is actually an Xbox controller at my office because I plug it into my laptop because every now and then I'll get irritated or frustrated, so I'll just play like 20 minutes of Street Fighter real fast and
sure.
go back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, for watching
Anything movies, or is that like it?
like no movies.
Okay.
No movies.
Okay. I've watched 4 movies
Holy shit.
since the last time we recorded.
What have you watched?
Well, and so here's the thing. I did Thanksgiving at my mother-in-law's. And whenever I'm over there, it's just movie after movie after
Okay.
movie. And they're not all new movies.
Sure.
So we watched 3 movies while we were there on Thanksgiving.
Let me hear them.
Top Gun,
Ooh.
because my wife had never seen it.
What did she think?
She thought parts of it were kind of hokey, but I'm
Sure.
like, well, this is a 31-year-old movie. This is the movie that was #1 at the box office when I was born. That's
Yeah.
how old this movie is. She couldn't take Tom Cruise seriously.
No, you can't.
No, you can't at all.
You can't.
And she was sad when Goose died.
Well, everyone was sad when
Everyone's sad.
Goose died.
Yeah.
In the volleyball scene, did she just snicker and laughter in that whole
absolutely.
thing?
She's like, this is the most ridiculous thing. I'm like, I
'Cause
know,
it
but this
is.
is 80s over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why, this is one of my arguments against over-sexualization of women. I was like, just look at this one scene. It's equal. It is
We have
equal.
sexualized ourselves for so long.
Right? All right, so we watched that. We watched Jurassic Park 1.
Yes. Which I argue still holds up.
No, it absolutely. As somebody who has seen it in the last week, I can tell you it still holds up. Mm-hmm. We were talking about. We were laughing about the computers in it. Because you got, Newman sitting there at the computer console, like, doing whatever. And like, oh, those were top-of-the-line computers today. I'm like, yeah, just like those Ford Explorers were top-of-the-line vehicles when this movie came out. That's how bad that was. But good movie.
Yeah.
Holds up.
Does.
You know what is not a good movie? Is the next movie I watched for the very first time. Avatar.
Oh.
I successfully avoided this for what? 5 years? When did this come out? 2012? Maybe earlier?
Oh, I think earlier than 12.
Okay.
I think we're talking like 8.
Okay. So then for 9 years, I successfully avoided this movie. And now I had to sit through it. It's fucking terrible.
But you know what you did see in that movie? You saw who would have played the perfect Cable.
Who?
The guy in charge of the...
Yeah. No,
yeah.
He actually, yeah. But it's funny because I've seen him in other stuff, and he's not that bulked up.
Sure.
He, like, after that, he just, like, went back to normal, whatever. But no, absolutely, that guy would have been a great Cable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Better than Brolin.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh, I'm just picturing him with the purple chin and the...
They don't change the Thanos makeup. They just put a beard on him and call him Cable.
You give him a real big gun and like a little arm slide thing. Yeah. Okay. And the fourth movie I watched was Justice League.
Oh, you watched it?
I saw it while I was in Portland.
Oh, okay. So, and?
I didn't think it was that bad.
Okay.
I feel like I tend to be a little more lenient than most critics.
Okay.
There's definitely parts in there where, I mean, knowing about the CGI on the mustache, I couldn't take him seriously in any scene. Also, I found out that Warner Brothers offered to pay, because the mustache is for another role.
Yes.
Warner Brothers offered to pay to have a CGI mustache added in his next movie.
As opposed to having, yes.
Yeah. And the other guys were like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn. Okay. I thought the whole Superman on the farm thing, or Clark Kent on the farm thing, was a fucking waste of time. Like, the world's dying, and you're just sitting here walking through your sunflower fields. Like,
well, that's because he wasn't right in the head yet. He was still conflicted with the mother box and coming back to life and
whatever.
everything.
I totally agree with your assessment of Flash.
Oh.
Like, fucking autistic charity case, 100%.
It was bad.
And I understand what they were going for with the way he played the role.
I get what they're going for.
They did not achieve that at all.
They didn't.
I appreciated a reference to a Green Lantern in there with that opening, or not opening scene or whatever, but yeah. I mean, it was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible.
So that was my assessment. There's things I like, things I didn't like. The movie was just fine.
Yeah.
It was just fine.
I'd say 6.5, maybe a 7.
Sure. Now, how would you feel about watching the Zack Snyder cut?
I would be very interested to see the
That
Zack
is
Snyder
how
extended
I feel
cut.
about it too.
But at the same time, I still haven't seen the extended Batman v Superman.
Oh, I have.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason I want to see the Zack Snyder is so obviously you can tell all the reshoot stuff.
Yeah.
And Snyder has gone on record as saying that Whedon did about a little more than 20% reshoots of that movie. Wow. And like that is a substantial amount.
Yeah.
Like remember William Dafoe was in Justice League.
He was?
They cut his character completely out, 100% out.
Completely forgot that he was in there.
Yeah, it was all Atlantis stuff. He's all got cut
Yeah,
out.
that whole Atlantis thing that whole scene bothered the crap out of me, by the way. Because other than the fact that there was a mother box there was no reason for Aquaman to actually go there. He spent 30 seconds there,
Yep.
then he left, merited all of the heavy hitting. Aquaman got his ass kicked. And I'm like, why? Why was he even there?
The one thing I didn't get is, so Steppenwolf knew exactly where it was in Atlantis. The mother box told him he boom tubed him, but he didn't know where they were hiding the third one.
Right. Yeah, that seems a little like...
Like, unless you give me something like, oh, yeah, Cyborg's found a way to hide it. Like, you got to give me something.
No, because all Cyborg does is go and get the lead case that it's in and brings it... like it's.
And he's so emo during that whole movie.
Yeah, he is. Oh.
So emo. Like, Cyborg and Flash are my least favorite parts.
Yeah. I
Oh.
would agree with that. Yeah, that was real bad.
Did you watch both after credit scenes?
I did.
Okay. How do you feel about those?
I enjoyed the race. I thought that was a good callback.
I thought it was
because that's a very classic storyline.
Yep.
And I had to tell my wife that the Flash is faster.
That is a point of contention. That is a point of contention.
I've seen it in the comics.
There was a comic where they did the race and Flash has won, and there's comics where Superman has won.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen any of the Superman ones.
It all depends on what side it's coming
that's
from.
fair. And then I knew what the other one was, so I was like, I don't care that much.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. Legion of Doom.
I gotta imagine they're not gonna do that right away. Like it has to be a slow build, right? Because you need at least 2 other villains.
Well, so I thought I saw where the 4 were. So it's Deathstroke and Lex Luthor.
So you have Batman and Superman covered. I'm assuming Black Manta.
No, I can't think of, why can I not think of this now? There's 4 characters who we have seen on screen, and I can't think of the other 2 were now. I don't know.
Have we?
The image I saw, yeah, I'll have to go back and find it after we're
Are
done
they
recording.
from Suicide Squad?
Maybe, I don't know. It was definitely 4 people we've seen on screen, and I just can't think of who the other 2 are now.
Okay.
Like I said, I'll look
Yeah,
it up
yeah.
after and whatever. So yeah, that's my.
Okay, so
I did see it in the Regal Theater in downtown Portland,
okay,
which serves beer.
nice.
Um,
Oh,
kind of weird, because it's just in a mall, and you go in there and they have I think it was 12 beers on tap, but it's a normal Regal Cinema, and they give you a wristband, and they're like, all right, so our rules are you get up to 3 beers for the showing. You can only buy them one at a time, so you buy one, you go, and you come back out. I'm like, yeah, that's smart. But at the same time, what's to stop me from sitting next to a 16-year-old kid and just handing him this beer in the theater?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. There's no oversight there.
well, it's no difference than giving your beer to a son at a restaurant,
Well, yeah,
right?
that's true. I have 2 complaints about this theater, too.
Oh,
Because while we're on rants,
like we got off.
that's true. So we're in there. We get in there a half hour early because we got nothing else to do. We sit middle row, middle of the row, so almost dead center
Sure.
in that the main
The
upper
prime
area.
spot, yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, we'll have somebody a seat that way, whatever. But we've got good viewing angle. I think it's 2 minutes before the trailers start, and then a guy and a gal come into our row. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. That way's blocked. I'll leave that way, whatever. She tries to sit right next to me. Nobody else on either side. She tries to sit next to me, and the guy, I think, was uncomfortable with this. So he's like, well, there's more seats on that side. Go on that side of them. So they go past us. Jess has her coat on the seat next to her. So they go to the next seat. So Jess is like, all right, well, I'll move my coat in case they want to put their stuff down. Well, then
They
the girl
moved
comes-
over.
Yeah.
Ah, no.
She
no.
sits next to Jess. And the guy's next to her. No, for the entire movie, nobody on the other side of them, nobody on the other side of us. And they had to sit right next to us.
That's so fucking weird.
And I don't get that. That's universal. You leave a buffer seat.
You always leave a buffer
Unless
seat.
there's absolutely no room and it's a 100% full theater, you always leave a buffer seat. And these people twice did not do it. I'm like, what the
That's so weird.
But it was totally her, and I could feel the guy. I could tell the guy felt uncomfortable with it, but it was totally her. So that's complaint number 1. Complaint number 2: 8 Asian kids in front of us, 13 years old, 14 years old, whatever. Every 5 minutes, at least one of them is pulling out their phone and checking their phone during the movie.
Please tell me you said something.
I really wanted to, but it was so quick when they would do it that I'm like, I can't say something once it's already back in their pocket.
Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you can. The
but-
phrase is, if I have to see your fucking phone one more time.
But then there's the scene towards the end of the movie where you see the entire Justice League standing next to each other. It's that big panoramic shot. One of the kids takes his phone out of his pocket, takes a picture of the screen, and puts it back in his pocket. I'm like, motherfucker, you saw the movie. What do you need a picture of it for? Also, that image is all over the internet and has been for 8 months. Do you have to prove that you saw it? Ticket stub.
That's what that blows my mind at a lot of things. You go to wrestling events, people are front row
With
with
their
their
phones
phone.
out. Yeah.
Motherfucker, it lives on infamy. You have the WWE channel. You will forever be able to watch
Right.
it.
Yeah. There's nothing that's going to happen at that event that you're not going to be able to find online at some point.
You know, here's the thing. If you want to do it, you know when the TV cameras are off. They change the lights. So when they change the lights, TV cameras off, and then you want to record something, fine, go the fuck
Oh,
ahead.
I didn't know they did that. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I'm like, just fucking watch the movie. Don't get off your Facebook, get off your get off your whatever the Chinese equivalent of Twitter is, and just, I don't know. Drove me crazy. So anyways.
I went to a movie once, and I knew I was going to have to check my phone in the middle of it. I knew I was going to. So I went to the very top row, far back corner.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you know you're going to pull out your phone, get away from everybody else. Figure that shit out. But don't be sitting in front of it. They'll be sitting in the middle of the theater.
No, fuck you.
8 wide, and everybody pulling out their phones. So that was my movie experience in Portland. But I didn't pay sales tax on the ticket.
I mean,
Actually,
well,
I didn't pay for the tickets.
yeah,
I didn't
movie
pay sales
pass.
tax on the concessions.
Really?
No sales tax in Portland.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
So my 2 beers, my popcorn, and my whatever the hell she got for candy was $20, and I was like, that's worth it.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got for watching.
So speaking about Movie Pass,
Mm-hmm.
they have another model where you can now prepay for the year in advance. You
And
get
that-
it even cheaper.
And that is the only model
It's-
you can sign up for right
No,
now.
it's not.
No?
No.
Because when I went on the website, that's all they were showing.
There's a link underneath for you can. It's not obvious, but there is a secondary link you can choose for.
Tricky.
The other thing is we now know how they're making their money.
Which we're not surprised about at all. Like, you sent
You-
me this, and I'm like, that's what I assumed was
Yeah,
happening.
you and I are not surprised
No.
at all. They are essentially, we're just data mining information to them to sell to
Yeah.
advertisers.
Right. Great. Everybody and their mom does that anyways.
Yeah. So
if it
big
means I get
fucking
my
deal.
movies cheaper, I don't care.
All right. So let's move on to some Microsoft news.
Okay.
2 things on Microsoft news.
Okay.
1, have you heard of Microsoft Set?
No.
Okay. So Microsoft Set is a new program built into the new updated Windows that's coming out.
Okay.
And you have to opt in to test Set.
Okay.
The way Set works is you have a window that's open. And within that window, you have several tabs.
Okay.
So one of those tabs can be Chrome. And one of those tabs can be Microsoft Word. And one of those tabs can be Excel.
Oh, okay.
So you can have 2 windows with multiple programs running inside those.
Okay, I think I did see something about this and didn't realize that's what it was.
Essentially, that is how a Chromebook operates.
Yeah.
You have several windows with all the programs running within inside those windows.
Right.
This came the day after the announcement that Microsoft has finally released downloadable programs for the Chromebook.
Oh,
so
okay.
now you have full Word
Oh,
on your
interesting.
Chromebook. You're not just accessing it through the portal. It's now saved onto your computer, full access.
Okay.
So that was very interesting that those 2 announcements were released day of each other.
Right. Okay. Going to the Chromebook side of this first.
Chromebook side first.
Isn't there like almost no storage on the Chromebook though?
So internal storages are either 64 or 32.
Right.
But you can put SD cards in. And the SD
Okay.
cards act as native hard drives.
Okay. So
can-
you could have a Microsoft Office SD card that you just pop in there when you need it. Okay.
Absolutely.
That makes more sense.
So anything you put on the SD card, you can literally save programs to the SD card
Okay.
like it was a partitioned hard drive.
Sure. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Cuz yeah, I'm pretty sure Microsoft Office itself is like 12 gigs. So,
Or something crazy.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, I saw the headline I saw with an image attached to it was that Microsoft is coming out with a way to have your programs have tabbed navigation similar to a browser.
Yep.
I assumed that meant like I can open Microsoft Word, open up 6 documents, and they'd all be tabbed in there. I didn't realize it was a tabbed program.
Yeah.
So essentially, each of your windows is acting like a virtual console.
Pretty much.
Interesting.
So I could have 2 sets up at the same time, my work set and my private set or personal set. So my personal set, it could have my own Microsoft Word and
Right.
this, and that's such are my work sets, and
And I mean, I guess with everybody having multiple monitors, for the most part,
it doesn't really matter.
yeah, you have one monitor that's all your work stuff and one that's all your.
Like I only run off of one monitor, but it's 51 inches, so I can just go ahead and side by side that stack, and it's cool.
Oh.
4K high def 51-inch monitor.
Okay, once we're done with Microsoft, I have something else to bring up.
Okay.
I'm curious to see how this is gonna work though.
So the new update's coming out, and I'm actually thinking of volunteering to try it.
Okay, and this is a 10, a Windows 10 update. Or?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have Windows 10 right now?
Oh yeah.
Creator Studio.
Oh yeah.
How do you like that?
I like it a lot.
I have a coworker who bitches and moans about it almost daily because that's what he has at home, and he says he gets stuck in all these update loops and it crashes on him. And
So they released one feature that went under the radar completely, and it blew my fucking mind. What is the biggest pain about an update?
having to wait for it.
Or you want to shut down and you can't.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to go turn off my computer because I was leaving, and I hit the button. You know, it pulls up the power options, and it said, "Update and restart, update and shut down,
Oh.
shut down, restart."
Interesting. So it gives you the option of doing the update or not.
Yeah, and I said, "No, just shut down," and
Yeah.
it didn't force the update; it just shut down.
Okay.
And it blew my mind. And I don't know if because that was a huge update, like this update was gigs,
Yeah.
or if that's going to be a new thing they're doing going forward. Like I had to take a photo of it with my phone. I lost it. I sent it to the brand. I was like, have you seen this? Like it was like fucking Gabriel showed up, blew the horn and the apocalypse began. I was like, oh my fucking God, have you seen this? My world has been changed.
Okay.
I have seen the coming of the Lord of Windows.
So the only exposure I have to Windows right now is at work,
Yeah.
and we're still on Windows 7
Yeah.
for like 2 more years.
Sure, why wouldn't you be?
Because fuck Boeing. They write this proprietary software you have to use, and
it's-
then they never update it to work with. Yeah.
Costs too much money to update it.
And I think we went to 7 3 years ago,
Sure.
and before that we were still on XP.
Oh my God, are you guys gonna go to 8 or are you just gonna make the jump to 10?
I think they may try to go to Vista.
I want them to go down. Wait, you guys went to ME? Wait, wait a minute. What?
Oh, Emmy. Oh my God. The first time I customized a computer from Dell, I ordered it with ME
Oh no.
because this was like September 2000.
Sure.
Actually, I guess I ordered it in July 2000. ME had just launched, so my options were ME or Windows 2000. And at that point, Windows 2000 was really only good for workplace solutions. ME was the home computer.
Yep.
That was the worst. Like I would run Windows Vista before I ran ME again.
Yeah.
It was so fucking bad.
Everybody would.
Anyways,
So
Microsoft thing number 2, or was that both?
the sets
Oh,
and
okay,
then Chromebook.
'Cause I thought you were going to talk about the fact that they announced they're going to change their campus.
Oh yeah, make it like a little mini city.
Yeah. I mean, isn't Redmond already like a mini city?
Well, Bill Gates bought a shit ton of property in Arizona, and he's building a smart city.
So it's not as much that as it sounds. So there is an investment company
That
who
he
handles
owns
his,
Yes,
they handle his wealth.
I know.
He didn't make any part of the choice.
But it's a lot more fun for me to phrase
know.
it this way.
No, I know.
That's why every news person's phrasing it this
yeah,
way.
right. That's what I was saying while I was in Arizona. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move to Bill Gates' smart city. Him and I will play golf. It's cool.
Moving on.
So, okay, past Microsoft now. They announced, I think today or yesterday, the specs on the new HDMI 2.1.
Yes.
Did you read this?
I have not.
Supports up to 10K resolution. 10 motherfucking K resolution. Like, we're not going to see a 10K device for 5 years.
Well, 8K is readily available for purchase right now.
8K is available for purchase. I don't know if I would say readily available.
Those are the
And
phrases I'm using.
And it is definitely not.
Here's the thing: you can buy an 8K device, but you have
nothing to
you have
play
no
on it.
content to play
Right.
at 8K.
So that's the thing. At best, you get a 4K media, and it tries to upscale to 8K.
Yes, that is exactly what it does.
And 10K is actually like, it's obviously not double 8K, but they're saying it's the equivalent technology of trying to double 8K. It's that far down the road.
That's crazy.
But you can buy HDMI 2.0 next month. And I'm like, what? Or 2.1. I'm like, why? Why am I going to buy this cable? Like, at this point, anything I'm going to plug this cable in is not going to be...
No. I'm going to buy that 2.1 cable and plug it in my 1080p.
Right.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
why?
I'm going to pay $150. Actually, I'm going to pay $250 for a gold-plated Monster 2.1 cable. And by the time that 10K anything comes out, we're not going to be using HDMI. Like, that's going to be an antiquated technology
Right.
at that point. And I'm like, this...
It's the reason I haven't bought the Xbox One X. I still have a
No.
1080p TV, so
Right.
what's the point?
Yeah, I have my Xbox One S plugged into a 1080p TV. I'm like, well, I can get a 4K TV. Actually, I should have fucking got a 4K.
The S isn't 4K though, bro.
Yeah, it does 4K. It does 4K video out. The games aren't 4K,
Well, yeah,
but you can do like 4K, like ultra blue.
yeah.
Like,
Whereas so if I put Assassin's Creed in the Xbox One X with a 4K TV, it's a 4K game.
well, yeah.
Ugh.
So my Assassin's Creed Revelations is going Brotherhood. Which one am I on?
You're in Brotherhood.
Yeah, I'm almost done with Sequence 2. That was all in one sitting.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, it only gets worse from there.
All right. Should we move on to some comic book
Yeah,
stuff?
probably.
Okay. 2 comic book things we got to talk about.
Okay.
One, we watched the Avengers Infinity War trailer.
Oh God, yeah, we did.
So first we had Civil War,
Uh-huh.
and then Infinity War. Is Race Wars next?
I mean, I feel like that's been the undertone of all of them already.
But it's not gonna be like blacks versus whites. It's gonna be like Scree versus Skrull. Like I want something weird as fucking race war.
Okay.
The Brood versus you know. what I
Oh
mean?
jeez. Let's get the oh, I totally just fucking.
The Chitaris.
Yeah, it's the Shi'ar. Yeah.
The Shi'ar.
Yeah, let's get the Shi'ar versus the Brood in there. That was
Doesn't
an
matter.
actual. That
Yeah.
was the actual comic storyline.
It doesn't matter. The Shi'ar should always win that fucking fight.
They should.
All right, so
Okay.
Infinity's out.
Uh huh.
They have already made the announcement. It's not going to be Infinity War Part 1, Part 2 like they originally announced.
Oh, I didn't.
The second movie is going to be something else.
Okay.
They also announced at the end of Infinity War, the Marvel landscape is going to change. And they have announced that they're going to be going, the movies going forward will be going in a different direction.
Okay.
Okay? So my hypothesis is Tony Stark's going to die.
Okay.
And I don't know what direction they're going to go in.
They're gonna bring in that little black girl.
That brings me to something else I want to talk about. That leads into this.
Okay, okay.
But what were your thoughts on the trailer?
I had some problems with some of the looks of the characters. We talked about that. Particularly Black Widow has blonde hair and eyebrows, and that's
Yeah.
never been whatever.
Sure.
We can't CGI that shit. We can get rid of a mustache, but we can't CGI in red hair. Like, I feel like that's easier. But for the most part, you could have just taken... Okay, so double-edged sword here. One, they told me nothing about what really happens in the movie.
No, it was just like, it was a yearbook. It was a high school graduation montage video. Like, hey, remember all your friends? And
Right.
It didn't do anything, though.
But on the other side of that, we've been complaining for 3 years about how trailers give away everything that happens in a movie.
Sure.
So I'm upset and not upset at the same time. I'm upset because I sat through a 3-minute trailer that I could have just skipped.
Right.
So yeah, that's the thing. Like, this could have been just a compilation of scenes of all of the other Marvel movies we've seen so far, and it would have had the same effect.
The most insulting thing about this movie trailer was the last scene with the Guardians of the Galaxy showing up and Peter Quill having on his fucking porn mustache. Did you notice
I
that?
didn't even catch
It was
that.
the most horrendous porn stash ever.
They'll CGI it out. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We do find out that Captain America is not going to be Captain America. He's going to
Right.
be Nomad.
Yes.
Anthony Mackie had called Chris Evans Nomad. No. He was signing a movie poster, and he scratched out Captain America's name and wrote Nomad and gave it back to somebody.
Wow.
But after that, like, it was never addressed. It was never talked. Like, so he got in trouble for that.
Oh, absolutely.
But-
Rightfully so. It's a huge spoiler.
It's a huge spoiler.
I mean, not anymore. But
Yeah,
at the
but you
time.
see the trailer, and you're like, yep, that's pretty much Nomad.
But at the same time, You and I can look at that
Yes.
and say, hey, that's Nomad. To the casual Marvel movie fan who hasn't read the comics and doesn't know the history, they're just like, hey, it's Captain America. Why's he got a beard?
Well, why has he got a beard and why is he wearing all black with no star?
But even in that scene that we paused, I could see that have been a dark blue uniform with the lighting just kind of
Maybe.
like, I know it's not.
Right.
But as somebody who's not watching those two, and to be fair, I didn't even notice it until you paused and pointed it out to me.
Yeah.
I was more focused on the beard and the hair.
The flowing locks
Like,
and the big beard.
I mean, I feel like they're gonna like pick him up in San Diego, fresh off the surf or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, after this, he's going to go wicked rip a tide.
yeah. But yeah, I'm not. Like I said, I'm gonna go see the movie, probably in theaters, because I'm not gonna pay anything extra for it that I'm already paying.
Movie pass.
But I'm not. That trailer alone did not make me excited about it.
Here's how petty I am. And I'm honest about this. I used my movie pass to go see Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
I did not use it to buy a ticket for Thor Ragnarok. I bought it to buy a ticket for the Kevin Sorbo Christian movie and then went into Thor Ragnarok. Because I didn't want fucking Thor Ragnarok to have my money. And I'll do the same thing for Avengers.
Oh, jeez. Okay. That's Kevin Sorbo Christian movie?
Yeah, there's some Kevin Sorbo Christian movie that Hannity released.
Okay.
All the Fox News you could possibly have in a film.
Oh. Oh, wow.
So I bought a ticket to that instead of Thor and just walked into Thor.
I gotta say, I don't know which one of those is actually the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, I didn't realize what movie I was buying until later.
Okay.
When I looked at it, I was like, oh.
Okay.
I just chose a movie.
You just at randomly. Just get
Well,
that
no, I
one?
was like, I'll never fucking watch this, so I'm buying a ticket for that.
Oh, okay.
garbage.
That's right. Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
That's what I did.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I got nothing else on that.
Okay. So the other thing you mentioned was they're just going to throw Riri Williams into it, right? The little black girl who's the new Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was having a discussion with somebody who promised to remain anonymous, made a really good point to me about why Marvel writers specifically kept making all these new characters or changing the heroes you're familiar with. And he said this, and I was like, holy shit. Because what happens when those characters make it onto the big screen? Residuals.
Okay.
So let's take a look at Bendis.
Okay.
So Bendis created Riri.
Yeah.
So if she's now in the movie, he gets a little extra.
Okay.
So that's why Marvel apparently has been on this a lot of writers have been on this kick to create new characters or to make different characters or to put their
Okay.
twist on all these
So
characters.
they're trying to get them into.
They're trying to get them into the movies.
Well, now I like I like it even less.
Right?
Like, fuck you. Like, one, I don't need female Thor. And two, I don't need her on screen.
4? You don't want 4 on screen?
No.
Yeah, right. So I thought that was super interesting. I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, that is a very good point that I didn't think about.
It makes me really angry. Speaking of angry, what's on your pull list this week?
Haha. Okay. This is what I read this week. Again, not necessarily everything that came out
Sure.
this week. A lot of things going on my wish list as I'm trying to catch up on things. So I read Invincible 139 through 141.
Okay.
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 Yeah. Batman 30 through 35 and Annual number 2.
All right.
Okay. Batgirl and the Birds of Prey number 16. The Beauty number 17. Black Magic number 9. Killer Be Killed number 14. And Mystic U number 1.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was curious.
So it was a very light week. I had 3 comics in my pull.
Yeah, I think I had like 6 when I went through the actual thing.
Yeah. So Beauty 17, Super Sons Annual number 1, and Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps 33.
Okay.
I was going to talk to you about what's going on with Marvel Legacy because I've been reading a couple of the books and Seven to Eternity. I'm going to ignore all of that because you have caught up on Invincible.
Well, I'm one issue behind.
You're
still.
one issue behind.
Yeah.
So quick question for you.
Okay.
Mystic U, good, bad, or you don't care?
Let's talk about Invincible first, and then I'll come back to Mystic.
Okay. So, right? Nolan's dead.
Yeah.
They fucking killed him.
Which-
Omni-Man is gone.
Which I'm glad that in the end he did die. Do you get? They don't do the letter pages in the trades, do they?
They do not.
Okay, so in the letter pages in the back of, I guess it was 141, whatever one he dies actually.
It was
dies.
141.
In the back, in the letters pages, there's a guy that writes in, and I'm laughing because obviously I've just read this issue. He's like, one of the things that I've always appreciated about Invincible is that you guys don't fall into the traps of the superhero comic tropes. You've bucked that tradition for 140 issues, whatever. But now all of a sudden, Nolan is gonna die, but he's not gonna die because him and Mark have this blood of Algon or whatever, and this pisses me off. Like, I almost don't even want to finish the series now. And then obviously the writers respond back and they're like, well, Nolan's dead now. Are you happy? Are you fucking happy? And I'm like, that's okay. And I'm like, I am glad that he did die after that injury. Because if he did live after that, I'd be like, okay, seriously, he was damn near ripped in half.
Yes.
Like, that's just going too much. And you're winding down the series and you keep promising you're going to kill off. All right, so he's dead. Yeah, he's gone.
So he's gone. Are we going to see Thrag again? Thrag?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think Thrag's done.
I agree. But now Robot.
But this is only one issue. So 142, the fight against Robot, it's a one-issue story.
So then what's going to take place for the rest of the story?
I don't know. But there's only 2 more issues after that.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I actually liked it coming all the way back around to Robot, finishing off the story, the fight with Robot.
Yeah. So in the letters column I think it's 141, they say that 142 it's End of All Things Part 10 of 12.
Right.
And they say it's a one-off robot-focused story. So this is where Invincible and Robot have their final...
I don't know if that's true. I think that issue focuses on Robot side of thing, and the last 2 are about him and Mark.
I kind of figured the last 2 would be like Mark and the FBI or CIA or wherever, the Pentagon.
Right.
I kind of assumed that would be that coming to a head, which I know Robot's kind of in charge of. So maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know. 142's out. That's all I know.
And I've asked for it twice to be transferred from the other store, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it'll be there for you next week." Well, where the fuck is it?
Maybe I should just go down there. I don't
Redmond. It's in Redmond.
crack some heads. I don't know anybody that works down there anymore.
It doesn't matter, right? Because it's like Discount Comic Supply is so good to me.
I know, right?
It's so good to me.
So yeah, that's I the fight scene on the sun was
That was
fucking
brutal.
awesome. I think Robot sending that suit was kind of filler. Like, I'm like, okay, so he wore it for like 2 pages, then it melted, and then he's right back to where he was.
Right.
Like, I don't really care.
It was surprising. Like, I didn't see it coming.
No, but I think all that's gonna happen is it's gonna be a throwaway line in 142. Robot's
Yeah.
gonna be like, I tried to help you. Well, great. You also made a swarm of robots surrounding the Earth, so I can't get in. So
There's nothing there for you, Mark. Go be, Viltrumite elsewhere.
yeah.
Except his son is down there.
Yeah, he doesn't know that though.
I know, but Eve knows.
Does she? Oh, does she know?
So she was talking to the girl. I can't remember.
Anissa.
She's talking to Anissa, and she spilled the beans in a subtle way, but Eve made that face. I think Eve knows. I think Eve knows, man.
Okay. I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, so good.
So good.
And Mystic U, so good. Oh.
Okay. So do you know Mystic U? Do you know what it's about?
It's about Zatanna teaching kids about the powers of magic.
No.
Oh?
It's about Zatanna as a kid going to a school where she learns about magic.
Oh, okay.
So it opens up where Zatanna's like probably early to mid-20s, whatever. She's still doing her show in Vegas with her dad. Her dad says to somebody else that, oh, no, she doesn't have powers. Actually, I guess she's probably younger than this at that point. She must be younger than this. She's probably like early teenager. So her dad is talking to this lady, and she's like, yeah, Zatanna doesn't have powers. She doesn't have it. She's just like a regular plain person or whatever. So then Zatanna overhears this. They go out and they do their show, And Satana's like, being all, I guess I'll help you, but I don't really have whatever. She's like, and then in her backwards voice, I wish you would go to hell. And then boom, gateway opens up. Demons grab her dad and pull him into hell. Oh, she actually has powers.
Yeah.
So this lady takes her to this school in another dimension to learn how to do her powers. And you've got Enchantress is there as a young kid.
Young Enchantress, okay.
Yeah. You've got the son of Felix Faust. I think you got like one or two other people that are children of
Great magical
people.
powers,
Yeah.
yeah.
But essentially, it's Zatanna at Hogwarts. Like, literally, that's what it is. They get there, and they've got, like, an enchanted, like, dining hall or whatever, and they're in their little dorms that are just like the houses at Hogwarts. So it's Zatanna at Hogwarts is what this book is. Which is hard, because I like Zatanna, I like Harry Potter.
But
I don't know.
Do you like Harry Zatanna?
I don't know. So I'll give it another, but...
There's only 3 issues. It's only a 3-issue mini.
So that's why I'm like, I might just read it just to, because this, I didn't realize when I picked it up, it's 58 pages.
And $6.
Yeah, or
$5.99.
was it $5.99 or was it $4.99?
Still,
yeah. So yeah, I'll read the other 2.
All right.
But meh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That is it for me this week.
That's all I got.
We will not see you guys next week, unfortunately.
Okay.
But we will the week after.
Fantastic.
Bye.
See you.